Hello everybody, and welcome to a new Battle Beast video. So originally I was supposed to upload this video on last weekend, probably on Friday or Saturday, but during the editing I accidentally just deleted the whole thing, just all the work down the drain. So we'll have to do this all over again. Originally I was gonna show off all the cards in one video, but I realized that it would just take too long and I would have to just speed through all the cards so that the video wouldn't get too long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show two card types during each of these videos. Like in this one we're gonna go through the jungle types and the earth types, and in the next one we'll go through the light types and shadow types and so on, and a few hex cards. So it's just gonna be much easier for me, and I'll get the videos out quicker because the editing won't take as long. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So here's the stack. So I made a bit of a change into the rules after the first video. So in the original version you would have one type of cell for each type of creature. So you would have jungle cells for jungle types, you would have earth cells for earth types, and so on. But I decided to change the resource system generic so that you could make more diverse decks. So for example, if you open up a booster and you get only like fire types and you play a water deck, then you could actually have a use for those cards, because in the original version you would have to pretty much choose just one creature type that you could play. So now you can play all types of beasts, but they will still be differentiated with their abilities. So like in these cards not that much, but in the future cards I will put more thought into differentiating the effects. So like jungle types do their own thing and fire types do their own thing, you know. But right now it's kind of just a mixed bag. But anyway, so first we have Xuril, Spike Root. Feel free to pause the video if you want to read any of the effects. I don't really want to start reading all of them because the video would just become too long. Velociraptor. It's one of my favorite cards, and also I'd consider it as the mascot of the game. Razor Rose. Giga Beetle. Forest Mystic. And a Cobra. Forest Warden. Killer Insect. Pretty good ability, so when you play it for its cell cost, you get to kill one non-jungle type enemy beast. So also the cost is kind of bigger compared to the stats to balance it out. Jungle Dragon. Now moving into the earth types, we have Rock Bug, Monolith Man, pretty high health compared to the cost. So basically my rule of thumb when making cards is that if you have a vanilla, I sum up the attack and health and divide by 2. So that's usually the cost. But like in this case, I sum up attack and health, that's gonna be 5 divided by 2. That would usually be 3, but I decided to make 2 because then you'll have a very cheap defender for yourself. Wasteland Wanderer, Cyclops, Cavern Ogre, originally just called Ogre. Hieroglyph Hyena, Towering Rock Being, Ancient Golem. Originally it was just called Golem, but then I started to have a ton of other golems in the game, for example Molten Golem and Coal Golem, so I decided to make it Ancient Golem to kind of differentiate it from the other ones. Wicked Sphinx, Earth Dragon. So now we're moving into the great rares, so basically the secret rares of the game. So basically you get one for every 5 packs, so every 5th pack has a great rare instead of a rare. So we have Warmane, and in the first set all the great rare beasts have this ability where you can, instead of paying the sell cost, you can kill 3 beasts of its type to put it into play for free. For example, Warmane, you can kill 3 jungle types you have in play to put this card into play. So it makes them a bit easier to get out into the field. So yeah, here's Warmane. It can attack while in a defense zone. So I don't remember if I really explained the rules. I'll make a dedicated rule video at some point. Maybe in the next one. I have one video that I recorded on Friday, so I will probably upload that first and then I will make the rules video. But in my game there are attack zones. I'm still kind of thinking if I'm gonna how many there are gonna be. In the original it's been like 3 attack zones, 3 defense zones, but I might make it into 4 or even 5 because it's kind of limiting when you have only 6 zones, so you'll only have like 3 attackers. So 3 attack, 3 defense. Beasts in attack zones attack your opponent's defensive beasts and their master, but they can't defend you. So if you have nothing in your defense zone, your opponent can attack you directly. Whereas defending beasts, they will defend your master, but they can't attack. Also, they don't deal any damage in battle. So that's a very quick explanation of my game's rules. So Warmane, it can attack while in a defense zone, so it's kind of unique in that sense. Next we have the Behemoth, which is an Earth type counterpart to the Leviathan. So their stats and abilities are kind of similar. So Behemoth, if it kills an enemy beast, your opponent can't play beast with a sell cost of 2 or more on their next turn. Whereas Leviathan, when it kills an enemy beast in battle, your opponent skips their next draw step. So pretty similar in that sense. Next we have some hex cards to go through. So we have Cower and Fear. So more opponent's attack zones into your opponent's unused defense zones. Also you've got Chimera right there, Tsunami Turtle, and a card that you're gonna see later on in the next video. Twister, so both players shuffle their hand into the deck and draw the same number of cards. Pretty handy. Pure Energy. Sacrifice a beast you have in play to deal damage to a target enemy beast equal to the combined attack and health of the sacrificed beast, rounded up and halved. Rain Dance. Roll a die. Look at cards from the top of your deck equal to a result. You can reveal one water type beast you found and add it to your hand. Shuffle the rest back into a deck. Overgrowth. So each type in the first set is gonna get one of these like support cards. So Rain Dance is for water, Burning Graveyard that I showed you in the last video is gonna be for fire, and Overgrowth is for jungle. So kill one jungle type beast you have in play to put into play up to 2 jungle type beasts with combined cell costs equal to a cell cost of the killed beast. Play the other one into an attack zone and the other one into a defense zone. Next we have Earthquake, which is the Earth type support card. Deal 1 damage to all beasts in attack zones for each Earth type beast in play. Body Change. 2 beasts in play swap attack and health with each other until the end of turn. And there you have Blast Blaze and Cave Ogre, and their souls are kind of getting sucked out and moved into different bodies. Void Lightning. Totally not ripped off from Raigeki. Kill 1 card in play. You can only play this card while you have 5 or more cards in your grave. So it's pretty costly and has that requirement. So I might lower the sell cost because I fear that it's gonna be a bit weak. Because I want you to be able to use this in early game as well. Blaze Mace gives a fire type 3 attack and loses 1 health. So I don't remember if I've talked about the different types of hex cards. So there are the basic ones, which you can only play on your turn. Then you have attachments, which you can also play on your own turn. And they attach to a beast, so you place it under that beast and it gains some effects. And there are also permanent ones, which are like continuous spells from Yu-Gi-Oh! So after you play it, they remain on the field until they're killed. And later on, I'm probably gonna add something that you can play on your opponent's turn, but we'll see in the future, I guess. So next we have Mystic Shell. You attach it to a water type. It gains 1 attack, and each time it attacks, you can shuffle 1 water type beast from your grave into a deck to draw 1 card. Growth Shield, which you attach to a jungle type. Each time a beast is put into play, it gains 1 health permanently, as long as it is attached with this card. Rock Armor, you attach it to an earth type. Beasts with a cell cost of 3 or less don't deal any damage to it, so you need something big to actually deal damage to it. Next we have this great rare right here. So we have Void Storm, which is probably one of my favorite cards in the game currently. So it kills all cards in play, beasts and hex cards, and you can only play this card while you have 10 or more cards in your grave. So it is very strong, but also quite restrictive. But you know, you gotta balance out these kind of effects because otherwise they're just gonna be too good. And we're back at the beginning. So that's all. In the next video, you'll see then, but the video after that is probably gonna be the rules video, or I will show off the rest of the first set. I don't know yet. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you got some inspiration from my cards. Subscribe to the channel if you like my videos. I may do TCG content, but you never know what you might get. And we'll see in the next videos. Goodbye.